Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. Huge news today. The first Tesla Cybertruck has rolled off the line in Austin, Texas. This is from Tesla's GIGA factory in Texas, and this marks the first time that a production vehicle, a production Cybertruck from Tesla has rolled off the line. This is different from any other prototypes that we've seen in other videos before that were driving around in California. These are very likely done from their prototype lines out in different facilities that they have in that state. But this one coming out of the Austin, Texas factory signals that Tesla is about ready to start deliveries very, very soon of the vehicle, which also means we'll start getting pricing for that car here very shortly. Now, if we take the last product that Tesla released, the Tesla Model Y, and we look at when that product was first manufactured from the finalized production line and when it first started deliveries, the Model Y started in January of 2020. The production started. That was when the first was manufactured out of their Fremont plant, I believe. And then the first deliveries came only 2 months later on March of 2020. And if Tesla's on the same cadence of getting a car produced on a certain date and then delivered shortly thereafter, this means that Cybertruck could start deliveries as early as September of this year of 2023, which is only 2 months away. Now, this kind of falls in line with what Elon Musk has guided before on when they think the Cybertruck is going to be first delivered. On previous earnings calls, he pointed towards Q3 or Q4 of this year. And seeing the first Cybertruck come out of the line is really showing that, hey, this is actually very possible. Now, some of the variables we have to think through is because this vehicle is a brand new type of truck, it's the jury's still out there. This is actually an exoskeleton design, but it uses a lot of castings and a lot of single piece castings, a 48 volt sort of electric infrastructure, and a bunch of other different things that come along the car that hasn't been done before. So there could be a scenario where it actually takes a little bit longer than, let's say, that 2 months, because they have to iron out a lot of the kinks and all that good stuff. However, because of the castings and all those single pieces that they're using for the body, theoretically things like panel gaps should be a little bit easier to solve, because you don't have to worry with as many different disparate or separate pieces in the car from a sort of structural perspective. So some of the things that were a trouble before are likely to be a little bit easier. But of course, you have different challenges when it comes to the supply chain and ramping up the 48 volt infrastructure and all that stuff. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see if this actually comes to fruition on September. Now, the other thing, of course, is pricing. Nobody knows what the pricing is going to be for this truck yet. And I've made a video before. I'll have a link to this in the comment section below rather, where I try to figure out what the pricing would look like for this truck. As it stands right now, I think the closest competitor to the truck is obviously going to be the Rivian pickup truck and the Ford F-150 Lightning. But then there's also the Ford F-150 Raptor, which is Ford's gas truck that is sort of designed for hauling, but it's also designed for off-roading, which is what the Cybertruck really is designed to do. And that truck starts at around $78,000 to put it sort of in the realm of its competition. With the Cybertruck, the big variable when it comes to pricing is the $80,000 MSRP cap for the EV tax credit in the United States. So as long as you have a truck that is priced $80,000 or below, buyers can take advantage of a $7,500 tax credit from the federal government in the United States. And starting in 2024, you can start taking that $7,500 discount up front at the point of sale. So you no longer have to wait until the end of the year to get it. You can just basically have a lower monthly payment. And the Cybertruck obviously would benefit tremendously from this EV tax credit, especially because it will likely have a higher MSRP versus the other cars in Tesla's lineup outside of the S and X. And so because of that $80,000 threshold, I fully expect Tesla to have one or more models that come in under that $80,000 so that the truck can qualify for the EV tax credit. And so under that scenario, a dual motor truck with say 400 to 500 miles of range that's under $80,000 MSRP is something I would expect from Tesla. However, impossible to say until the price configurator is out, which I think, if first deliveries are going to start theoretically in September, we should get the configurator here probably any minute, using a little Elon Musk term in a couple of weeks, in 2 weeks. But yeah, I would say buyers will probably want a little bit of a heads up in case, they're not liquid and they have to move around some cash or something to if they want to buy the car cash or whatever. So I would expect them to open up pricing and the configurator in the next couple weeks, as long as that September date holds. And so then let's fast forward into what this means for 2024. So for this first year, for 2023, I wouldn't expect a lot of volume. I would expect anywhere between 1,000 to 10,000 trucks maximum. I don't even think they'll get near 10,000 units for 2023 as they work out the kinks in the production line. However, into 2024, that's when the truck should start to ramp quite heavily. And then we might see units somewhere in the 100,000 units or more for 2024. Now, what's important to keep in mind as this freaking lawnmower goes on, let me change spots real quick. So what's important to keep in mind, sorry about that. What's important to keep in mind is that Tesla has 1.8 million unit reservation rate for the Cybertruck, which means that if they only do, say, 100,000 next year, 250 on a best case scenario the following year, and 350 and so on into the rest of the decade, as long as everybody holds a reservation, some people might be waiting years to get their truck. And I don't know if that's something Tesla is willing to do. I guess it really comes down to demand and how long people are willing to wait. But two things have to happen. Either production has to go through the roof as quickly as possible and as high as possible, and pricing will have to mirror the demand level of that vehicle. Given the amount of demand that's out there right now, if those figures are correct, of 1.8 million reservations, then this means that Tesla is either going to ramp up production significantly higher above that 250 or 500,000 unit per year that they've slated for the Cybertruck over time, or they're going to jack up the prices to a level where people are like, screw it, I'm just not going to buy this truck now, I'm just going to wait. So I'm going to cancel my reservation and I'll wait until it comes back down to prices that make sense. Both situations are really good for Tesla, extremely good for Tesla. A higher production figure means more Teslas on the road, and given that how crazy this car looks versus everybody else's car, it's going to stand out a lot. And it's going to create a lot of marketing, really just passive marketing from this truck being on the road. And then on the other side, of course, if they have to jack up to the prices to the point where people literally have to start canceling reservations, then this means significantly higher margins for Tesla over time. And this is a win-win scenario. And what's really exciting about this announcement is that this is the first time in a long time, since November 2019, since that truck was first unveiled, where we actually can see that Tesla is about to change the roads. It's about to change the roads. So I would love to hear your thoughts on what you think about this announcement, what you think is going to happen here as the Cybertruck reaches production readiness, and they are getting close to the point where they're going to start deliveries and announcing pricing. I would love to hear what you think the pricing is going to turn out to be in the comment section below, and any other thoughts you have as far as what to expect from this truck. And let me know if you have one ordered as well. I have mine ordered. What I'm really excited to do is I have a really good friend of mine, Travis, who owns an F-250 Ford, and he's been a pickup truck owner for his entire life, and he loves pickup trucks, and he thinks the Cybertruck is crazy ugly. So him and I are going to do a bunch of videos together to get a real truck driver's opinion on the Cybertruck. So I'm excited to do that, and hopefully I'll be one of the first ones off the line. Highly, highly doubt it, but who knows? Who knows what can happen here? All right, everybody. Love you guys. Let me know what you think. Exciting times if you're a Tesla fan, Tesla investor, or just somebody who's waiting for this truck to come out. If you want to support the channel, I have merch and athletic greens in the description below. AG1 is a supplement I use every single morning. You get free travel packs and vitamin D with your purchase. And if you enjoyed this content, I would love it if you throw me a like. It helps the YouTube algorithm show this to more people. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy. Mwah. Love you guys.